We're back with another episode of Unlocking Huntington Beach. What's going on? My name is Lane Stone, and of course, we have another good one for you today. But before we kick off the show, I do want to say something, and I promised to the viewers and the people listening on the podcast world that I am not going to be doing any selling of our local real estate business here whatsoever. But I do need to shout out the team because we were honored with the Mayoral Spotlight, Community Spotlight Award with Huntington Beach for a lot of the activities that we've been doing throughout the team. And this isn't just me. This is the 11 dedicated professionals and team members on my team that I'm so proud of. So when you see things like the pier swim at Huntington Beach, when you see things like Breakfast with Santa, the movies in the park, Halloween, there are so many events that we are a part of, we are title sponsors for, that we like to put on for the city of Huntington Beach. As a local who's grown up here my entire life and have gone to these events my entire life, it is an honor to be able to bring these events to others. And the fact that we were recognized by the city of Huntington Beach for that Mayoral Community Spotlight Award, it was an honor and I loved it. But at the end of the day, I'm so proud of all the individuals on my team: Scott Sack and Philip Talbert, Gary Elvidge, Tawny Patrick, Amber Doherty, Catalina Cruz, Joanne, Erica, Stipe. The list goes on and on. Winston, Yay. I hope I didn't forget anybody, but there's 11 of us, and I'm so proud of each and every one of you, and thank you so much for making Huntington Beach a better place. But now let's get back to the show and what's important for the show and why you're here to listen. We're going to start with the first segment. And this is kind of like a cool little hidden gem, in my opinion. They used to be at Pacific City, but their storefront currently closed. But that doesn't mean that this particular chocolate shop I'm about to talk about is closed, because their production is fully available for orders. And it's called Bella Sophia Chocolates. I am really excited to announce and to talk about Bella Sophia Chocolates, because this isn't just your typical candy shop. These are high-end, elevated, luxurious chocolates, and they are beautiful. You need to go to their Instagram page and take a look at some of the videos that they're posting. And when they talk about wedding season, you see these high-heel shoes that look exactly like, these high-heel chocolates. They're high-heel shoes, but they look exactly like a high-heel shoe that you would wear. It's so impressive. And then recently for Valentine's Day, they made something that looks like a basket that held your chocolates, but that was edible too. So you could open it up, eat your chocolates, and then eat the basket afterwards. But it's a bean to bar chocolate place, and it's done the hard way. It was founded by a husband and wife team, Steph and JD Schaefer. Bella Sophia is named after their daughter. And it's built on a serious commitment of craftsmanship. So again, this is an art form. This isn't just a typical turn and burn chocolate place. It takes roughly 400 to 500 cacao beans to produce just 1 pound of chocolate. After fermentation and roasting, the beans are ground in a stone up to 72 hours to achieve that smooth texture. We're talking, like, again, this isn't just a turn and burn. This is a 72-hour process. And here's what they won. They won first place honors at the International Chocolate Salon and were named Best Chocolatier and Confectioner in America in 2019. Everything's made fresh. There's no long warehouse storage, no refrigeration, sitting for months. And again, when they did that Valentine's Day, look at their Instagram. You're going to love it. But I really recommend Bella Sophia, and they do stuff like corporate gifting and private events. So if you're a local business, if you're looking for something for your significant other, if you're looking for a client gift, maybe something for an event, something unique, consider our locals, our very own Huntington Beach, Bella Sophia Chocolates. And we're told that they want to come on the pod, so they will be a featured guest for us here coming in the future, so we can learn a little bit more about their story, maybe learn a little bit more about how they got their name after their daughter, of course, and maybe something that we don't know about that you can't see on Instagram that they do, something that we can just highlight the story. And I'm really excited to have them on coming up. So go to bellasophiachocolates.com. All right. Segment 2, we're going to talk about a local legend. And I want to congratulate our very own Dwight Dunn. He recently was honored with induction in the 2025 Surfers Hall of Fame. He's a surf culture pioneer, from opening surf shops to basically help grow powerhouse brands such as Billabong and Hurley. He has a deep impact on the local surf culture here in Huntington Beach. So much so that Orange Coast Magazine's podcast, The Zest, he was featured in one of their newest episodes. So if you care about the roots of Huntington Beach, if you care about the roots of Surf City, it is definitely worth a listen. And congratulations again to Dwight Dunn on the induction to the 2025 Surfers Hall of Fame. Switching gears, we're going to be talking about Surf City Nights, and this is something that is so cool. It happens every Tuesday night from 4 to 8 p.m., starting basically from PCH, and it goes all the way to Orange. Main Street closes down. It is unbelievable. Like, shops come out, tents come out. You can get food. You can get drinks. You can get farmers market crafts. There's live music. There's so much happening. A lot of the businesses along Main Street also have their own booths up front. There's almost like a mini fair, and it's not just a farmers market. There's so much to do there, and it's a lot of fun. And here's a quick little parking tip for you guys. You can go to the main promenade parking structure. It's located at 200 Main Street, and you get 90 minutes free. A lot of people don't know that or don't realize that, and they're parking at meters and they're spending money, but just park in the main promenade parking structure, and then you get free parking. But make sure also, if you're already parked downtown on a Tuesday, to move your car before 2 p.m. Otherwise, it might get towed. But some of the things that I like, the empanadas are unbelievable there. Like I said, a lot of the restaurants have their own specials in their own booth out front, but you can try some of the fruits, the vegetables. There's really cool knickknacks. I even got my sheets, my bed sheets there one time because they have this amazing high threaded Egyptian cotton count, and it's really fun. And then they also sell clothing. And like I said, there's different performances and live music, and it's just a really good time. People take their dogs and they walk their dogs along Main Street there too. So it is a lively Tuesday night. It is so much fun. And actually right now is the time to go, but a little bit of the time before summer, because the crowds aren't as crazy on these Tuesdays. So it's almost like just for the locals right this time. So if you haven't been and tried it out yet, and you're watching this, maybe you're not even from Huntington Beach, but you want to try a cool local farmers market event, fair type of thing on Tuesdays, now would be the time to go, because you can experience it without the crazy crowds. Let's move on to our next segment. We're going to talk about one of my favorite restaurants in downtown Huntington Beach. It's 25 Degrees. I absolutely love their burgers there. They've been around for a while. I actually remember when they opened up their Huntington Beach location. I believe they had one in LA, and I was a huge fan of the show Entourage, and somebody said that one of the covers from that show, they had the wallpaper in the background, the same wallpaper, and I think it was at 25 Degrees, at least the one in LA. So it always intrigued me to go there. It just kind of felt like a part of the entourage from the show. If you've seen that show, you know what I'm talking about. But they have a lot of entertainment, not just good food at 25 Degrees. And they're stepping up their events. Not only are they doing weekend brunches from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., but there's live music on select nights. They even have regular live comedy shows with comedians from all over the country. And this restaurant is not gigantic. It is nice. It's intimate. It's a little bit different a feel than the bigger venues. So if you want something that's a little bit more up close and personal, and you want some live entertainment, whether it's from live music or even comedy. I love comedy, so I have to check out the comedy night. I highly recommend checking out 25 Degrees, and it's one of my favorite burgers in Huntington Beach, one of my favorite restaurants in downtown Huntington Beach. They have good cocktails there, and definitely worth a visit. All right, moving on to another segment. We're going to be talking about summer jobs in Huntington Beach, and there is a job hiring fair coming up. So if you have a student or maybe yourself and you're looking for some summer work, the Huntington Beach is hosting an in-person hiring fair for summer rec jobs. Open positions include, and I'll read these off, recreation leaders, water safety instructors, lifeguards, youth sports, summer day camp, front desk, and more. 2 hiring fairs. Hiring fair number 1, Murdy Community Center, February 28th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Hiring fair number 2, Edison Community Center, March 28th from 1:30 to 3:30. Walk-ins are welcome. And here are the notes that the City of Huntington Beach suggests, and these should be, obvious, but dress appropriately, bring a resume if you have one, and know your summer availability off the top. If you've been looking for a way to get more involved locally, if you need a job, you want looking for something seasonal in the summer, this is something to check out. And then finally, this is a huge one. I want to congratulate the city of Huntington Beach for turning 117 years old. That is awesome. I remember when I was at Huntington Beach High School, and I believe the year was 2006. I was a junior, so don't do the math on how old I am, but that's they were celebrating HBHS's 100th at that point, but Huntington Beach itself turning 117 years old. By the time you're watching this, they would have already had a birthday celebration down over at City Hall, and they were serving out free cake. But this is a cool year because not only is it marking the 117th anniversary or birthday, for the city of Huntington Beach, but this is also America's 250th. So 117 for Huntington Beach, 250 for the red, white, and blue. And it's really cool that there's so much history here in Huntington Beach, and there's just a lot. If you've been here for a long time, like myself, that there's just a lot of pride that we take in our city here for Huntington Beach, and I'm just really happy to have been part of a huge section of those 117 years, and I hopefully plan to be here for a lot more of that section for Huntington Beach. And there you have it. That is this week's episode of Unlocking Huntington Beach. Just to recap, we covered the chocolate store. We covered a surf legend, live music, 25 degrees, farmers markets, hiring fairs, and the birthday celebration for Huntington Beach. There's so much happening each and every week in Huntington Beach. And that's why I love bringing you these episodes each and every week at Unlocking Huntington Beach. So how do you stay informed? How do you follow us? Well, if you're watching us on YouTube, hit subscribe. Never miss another episode. Never miss another show. If you're listening to it on one of your podcasts, make sure you're following the podcast, or if you found us organically, just search Unlocking Huntington Beach, and then on Instagram, make sure you're following at UnlockingHB. You can also find my personal Instagram at LaneInOC, and I always want to leave you with this: do good. Huntington Beach deserves it.